For many street photographers and compact camera enthusiasts, the Ricoh GR series has always been a trusted companion. The GR3, launched in 2019, brought a strong blend of portability, image quality, and discreet shooting, quickly becoming a go-to choice for minimalists and travel shooters. But as the years passed, even die-hard fans began to feel that the GR3 was showing its age. In the fast-moving world of digital imaging, 5 years is a long time, especially when smartphones are catching up in terms of camera performance. Now, with fresh leaks, presentations, and official teasers pointing towards a fall 2025 release of the Ricoh GR4, the big question for many photographers is simple. Is it worth holding off on buying a GR3 and waiting for the GR4? One of the first things to note is that Ricoh is giving the GR4 a new heart, a 25.74 megapixel APS-C CMOS sensor, paired with the GR Engine 7 image processor. On paper, this is a step up from the GR3's 24 megapixel APS-C sensor and its older GR Engine 6. While the pixel count increase might seem minor, the real benefits are likely to come from the new processor and sensor combination. This should mean better noise control, improved dynamic range, and more accurate colors straight out of the camera. The GR3 already delivered impressive image quality, but the GR4's pairing could push that a step further, especially for those who shoot in challenging lighting conditions. It's worth noting that Ricoh has kept the same general lens formula, 7 elements in 5 groups with a built-in 2-stop ND filter. The GR3's lens was already sharp and capable of producing beautifully crisp images, so maintaining this optical quality makes sense. The ND filter is also a useful tool for shooting at wide apertures in bright light, and it's good to see it retained. One of the most common criticisms of the GR3 was its autofocus system, which could feel sluggish in low light and occasionally miss moving subjects. The GR4 appears to tackle this head-on. According to recent presentations, Ricoh has implemented a new autofocus algorithm that improves low-light focusing speed, enhances face detection accuracy, and boosts continuous tracking performance. This means that the GR4 could handle more than just static street shots. It might finally become a reliable choice for event, candid, and even light-action photography. For photographers who like to capture fleeting moments in unpredictable environments, this improvement alone could be a game-changer. The GR3's burst rate topped out at 4 frames per second, which felt slow compared to most modern cameras. While Ricoh has not yet confirmed the GR4's burst speed, even a modest jump to around 8 to 10 frames per second would make it far more versatile for capturing quick sequences. That said, if speed is your absolute top priority, you may want to wait for final specs before making a decision. One of the headline features for the GR4 is the inclusion of 5-axis image stabilization. The GR3 had a 3-axis system, which helped, but wasn't as effective for handheld shooting in dim conditions. The jump to 5-axis stabilization should allow photographers to shoot at slower shutter speeds without introducing blur, making it much easier to get sharp images indoors or at night. Combined with the new sensor and processor, this improvement should also allow for cleaner results at higher ISO settings. If you're a street shooter who often works after sunset, the GR4's stabilization upgrade might be reason enough to wait. Here's where things get a bit more disappointing, at least based on what we currently know. The GR4 is still expected to max out at 1080p hybrid resolution at 60 frames per second, just like the GR3. In an era where even budget cameras offer 4K, this feels like a missed opportunity. For photographers, this may not matter much, but for hybrid shooters who want a compact tool for both stills and video, the lack of 4K could be a deal breaker. That said, Ricoh has historically positioned the GR series as stills-first cameras, and video quality has never been its primary selling point. If your focus is purely on photography, this limitation may not be a major concern. Physically, the GR4 will be slightly smaller, 2 mm thinner, and 0.8 mm shorter in height than the GR3. While that may not sound like much, every millimeter counts in a camera designed for pocketability. The GR series has always been praised for its discreet size, and the GR4 seems to continue this tradition. Ricoh is also making subtle ergonomic adjustments. The exposure compensation button will move back to a more thumb-friendly position, and the quick control dial will be replaced with a cross-key layout. This could make on-the-fly adjustments easier and more precise, particularly for those who shoot in fast-changing environments. A notable addition is the new SN Street shooting mode. Ricoh has always been in tune with the street photography community, and this mode seems designed specifically to streamline that style of shooting. While exact details haven't been fully outlined, we can expect it to offer pre-configured settings for quick, reactive shooting, likely optimizing shutter speed, aperture, and focus for unpredictable street moments. This could be particularly appealing to newcomers to the GR series, giving them an easy entry point into capturing candid scenes without worrying too much about technical adjustments. One of the most persistent criticisms of the GR series is the lack of weather sealing. Unfortunately, based on current information, it seems the GR IV will not address this. This omission is harder to overlook in 2025, especially when many smartphones and even some entry-level cameras offer at least basic splash resistance. For photographers who regularly work in unpredictable conditions, this could be a significant downside. Ricoh has not yet revealed the official price of the GR IV. The GR III launched at around $899, and prices have since fluctuated. With the added features, new sensor, processor, autofocus system, and stabilization, it's reasonable to expect a price increase. If the GR IV lands in the $1,000 to $1,100 range, it will still be competitive in the premium compact market. But any higher, and it may push some buyers toward alternatives or even tempt them to stick with the GR III. For those considering a GR III now, it's worth noting that prices for the current model may drop once the GR IV is officially released. If budget is your main concern, waiting could still be a smart move even if you end up choosing the GR III. The Ricoh GR IV is shaping up to be more than just a small refresh. It appears to be a meaningful upgrade in several key areas. The new sensor and processor combination promises better image quality. The improved autofocus system addresses one of the GR III's biggest weaknesses, and the jump to 5-axis stabilization will make a noticeable difference for low-light handheld shooting. However, it's not without its shortcomings. The lack of 4K video, the continued absence of weather sealing, and the unknown burst shooting speed might leave some photographers wanting more. Still, for those who primarily shoot stills, especially in street, travel, or documentary contexts, the GR IV's upgrades could be worth the wait.